What happenings from the UFC are matched up to headline D322 at Madison Square Garden? One answer: fireworks.
UFC strawweight champion Weili Zhang has accomplished all there is to accomplish at 115 pounds, so she's now going to vacate her title and move up and challenge Valentina Shevchenko for the flyweight championship in the co-main event.
For nearly a decade, Valentina the Bullet Shevchenko has pretty much gunned down all threats to her flyweight championship status. But now, Zhang Weili has stepped up to the flyweight division, looking for new ground to conquer, challenging the flyweight queen for the title. So will the challenger dethrone the champion, or will the Shevchenko continue her reign at 125 pounds? Watch as we discuss and dissect the ins and outs of this female super fight. In one corner stands Valentina Shevchenko, the seven-time undisputed for nearly half a decade. With a record of 23-5, her surgical striking precision feels like she's a trained assassin undercover. A fighter with the perfect blend of technique, timing, mental composure, and experience to top it off. She's cleared the division as she's put an exclamation mark on her championship status. Opposite her stands Zhang Weili, a three-time strawweight champion who is notorious for her relentless pressure and explosive style. With an impressive 24-3 record, Zhang leaving a trail of destruction. She's the UFC's first Chinese champion, a three-time strawweight queen, now storming into flyweight to conquer new ground. If there's a women's fight to bet on this is that fight. With both fighters so technically and physically on point, who knows who the odds favor? Want to hear what we think? Then make sure to stick around till the end of the video. This fight is a matchmaker's dream. Nope, champions of their divisions rounded as they come. On one hand, we have Valentina Shevchenko. Control the pace of the fight. She excels at controlling distance, wearing opponents down with strategic leg kicks, and capitalizing on openings with her strikes. Her style is more methodical and measured, relying on fight IQ and defense. Her resume is a graveyard of former contenders: Jessica Ai, Katlyn Chookagian, Jennifer Maia, Lauren Murphy, Taila Santos. And her precision? Unreal. She lands just under 50% of her strikes, absorbs only 1.9 strikes per minute, and has an average fight time of 17 minutes, proving she can drag opponents into deep waters. But in 2023, Alexa Grasso shocked the world with a submission win, and the trilogy between them exposed Valentina's first real cracks. At 36 years old, question is she slowing down, or is the bullet still locked and loaded? In contrast, Zhang Weili is a high-pressure, volume striker and wrestler, known for her aggressive pace and relentless forward pressure. She position takedowns. Zhang's style is more explosive and aggressive, focusing on breaking her opponents through endurance, volume, and physicality. She lands over 6.4 significant strikes per minute, defends 70% of takedowns, and has finished 11 of her 24 wins. And Weili at 125, nothing less than a monster in the making. From her war with Joanna Jędrzejczyk, still one of the best fights in MMA history, to her brutal domination of Carla Esparza and Amanda Lemos, Zhang has already carved her name into the record books. Now, she's chasing something bigger: double champ status. Will she be able to succeed? We'll find out on November 15th. One stands number 1 at the pound-for-pound rankings. The other readies to dethrone her at number 2. According to FanDuel, early betting odds opened almost dead, even with Shevchenko a minuscule favorite at -115, with the comeback on Zhang at -111. However, before Zhang was 122, prospects such as Natalia Silva were a hot favorite, especially after she beat Alexa Grasso and climbed up to number 1 on the flyweight rankings. And that's where the intrigue lies, because here's the controversy. Zhang's rise to 125 leapfrogged Natalia Silva, who many hardcore fans wanted to see challenge Valentina after her win over an unorthodox striking made her the next. She did what the UFC does, booked the bigger fight, more bankable fight. Valentina versus Weili sells. Silva? Not so much. As a matter of fact, in an interview with ESPN MMA, Valentina expressed interest in fighting Weili Zhang over Natalia Silva. Why? Because she believes Weili has paid her dues to deserve this title shot for a double division champ status. The consistent strawweight champion for nearly 5 years now. Tenure means everything at these legacy fights. And now, onto the favorite segment of the fans. All of what we think can happen inside the Octagon. So let's get right into it. Round 1. The magnificent MSG roars, and the bullet, the Magnum, come face to face, touch gloves, and the bell rings. Both fighters come forward and spend a good 1 to 2 minutes, gauging distance, intent, and feinting. Half a round in, Zhang initiates offense while Valentina either waits or baits, or both, to counter. Weili would look to open with her classic strong straights going forward and throwing volume immediately, following up with teep kicks, leg kicks, short hooks, all of which Valentina would return. Never forget how nasty Valentina's kicks are, have you? Forgotten what happened to Joanna when she tried to teep the bullet? Teeps in the friggin' teeth. But the bullet would probably take her time to circle, read, and counter with her sniper-like jab and body kicks in the first round. Round 2, Zhang sticks to her strategy, forward pressure. She attempts to strike her way into the clinch, throw her devastating knees, and use her dirty boxing to cause damage. Think uppercuts, body shots, and hard knees. However, it's very much possible that Shevchenko utilizes her intelligent wrestling counters, taking down Zhang to the mat like she did to Caitlin Chukagyan when she tried to clinch up. Zhang can wrestle back up, but not without damage, since top control is Valentina's specialty. The fight is now officially in motion, and the crowd? Eating it up. Round 3, this is the swing round. Zhang's putting her massive pace on Valentina, but Valentina has begun to time her entries, countering with hard shots. Weili starts to test Shevchenko's chin with volume, while Valentina hunts to finish with a combination. They start to exchange heavy shots in the center of the octagon. Both of them are striking, but not without the threat of takedowns, so both maintain their distance. A spinning kick lands flush on Zhang's guard, and for a split second, MSG thinks the fight is over. Zhang smiles and throws a thundering mid-kick that sounds like the back of a baseball bat. Round 4. And so begin the championship rounds, the real test of skill, cardio, and composure. The arena is electric. Zhang has had no cardio issues, but the move to flyweight might prove difficult for her, carrying that extra 10 pounds. It is in round 4 when Zhang can start to actively hunt for more takedowns or control heavy attacks to secure that control time advantage. Valentina's championship can easily shine here. She will likely adjust her game plan accordingly and use her controlled striking, sharp counters, and intelligent feints to mix in those body locks to sap Zhang's gas tank with her wall work, cage wrestling, and strikes. It's now that Valentina will start to hunt for submissions to end the game. Round 5, the last stretch. Both fighters stand bloodied and bruised. They engage in a firefight, trying to maximize the intent and effort to finish. This round will, without a doubt, be the deciding factor of the fight. Whichever candidate wins this round is likely to win the fight. And honestly, don't be surprised if we get another split decision, the kind that fuels weeks of online wars.